significance of the Healing Forum today is an acknowledgement of government that healing needs to take place, that trauma has been impacted on Aboriginal communities, and this is our opportunity to listen and to learn. There's a lot of goodwill in the forum, there's no doubt about that. There's a lot of impressive speakers, there's a lot of emotional stories that you can see is going to be told today. So I think it's a great platform today for a new beginning.
Today represents the first step towards some concrete action on healing in government policy and program delivery. This is the first state in Australia that has included or incorporated healing into a major Aboriginal Affairs policy document. What our evidence shows is that Aboriginal people at the core of healing projects is essential for their success. So projects must be designed, developed and delivered by Aboriginal people for Aboriginal people.
Today it's just blown me away because it's so important to Aboriginal people in this state, especially the stolen generations where we've been trying for lifetimes, generations to have something happening.
Today is really about finding what healing means in the context of all of the different Aboriginal groups across New South Wales, and then being able to strategically develop a framework about what healing means. And you've heard today suicide, incarceration rates, domestic violence, lateral violence, men's business, women's business, all of that. So we need to define that in a strategic planning context or a healing context. And then we start looking at it in terms of project context.
When it comes to the Indigenous community, we're trying to undo a lifetime of issues, that are impacting on one another, that our parents felt, their grandparents felt, and it just keeps going back. And here we are today, we're in a different era, but it's thinking about what we're doing today and what we can set up for tomorrow. And for me, the biggest thing, we can call it healing, trauma, whatever, but it's about breaking the cycle. I don't think it's fair to keep breeding generations of children that are coming into a world where they're treated unjustly.
Now that I've come to this forum, it's opened the eyes of a lot of our people, educated ones, which we need, to thrust us forward into the future, I suppose.
The trauma's already entrenched because I'm second, third generation of women that have been taken. And it's like it's endemic in our mob. It gives you a forum where you can listen and where you feel comfortable telling your story. And once that's off your chest, then you're better able to go back to your kids and your grandchildren and sit down and talk to them.
We can get all the pills in the world and injections to fix our bodies up, but if our spirit isn't right, it doesn't matter. So the concentration is really getting our spirit right, and that's what healing's about, getting our spirit right, and then most other things will follow after that. We find a lot of people still suffering intergenerational trauma will end up in probably one of two places, in a jail or in a hospital. If we give them a chance to heal, we can give those places a big sidestep for most of our people, and that's what we're looking at now, how a healing perspective can address a whole range of issues confronting us. Whatever we do with healing, it's always got to be driven by the community, a particular community, not a blanket approach that's developed in Sydney, then dropped into every community across New South Wales, but the community actually driving it all.
It's not about black or white, or it's about we as Australians getting on and doing the job.